everybody? This is Joc Vaughn, aka Uncle Joc, and this is the official introduction to the world, if you will. So I'm going to be talking about who Uncle Joc is, but I want to take us back to before Uncle Joc became Uncle Joc and just give you a glimpse of who I really am. So I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. and grew up like typical kids, playing sports, riding bikes, and all that stuff. When I got to be about 13 years old, I got an interest in playing music. And so my mom, she actually gave me a choice to either get a video game console, which back then was the Atari game set. For y'all that know, I guess I'm telling my age. But also, she gave me a choice between a game set and an instrument because I had just started becoming interested in playing music. So what I decided was to get an instrument. And I'm so glad that I did because at 13, I actually honed in on my craft as a percussionist. And by the time I was 19 years old, I was traveling the world abroad with famous DC celebrity and a national or international celebrity, Mr. Chuck Brown. So fast forward a little bit, I was playing through my teenage years, and actually that kind of kept me out of trouble because in the 80s, the drug scene was rampant and the music scene actually saved my life. But what I did learn early was that I wasn't hireable. My first job, it was a sales job. I did pretty well. But I realized that if I wanted to fulfill my music career, I had to figure out something to do that could leverage my time. So that's when I got introduced to network marketing. Got introduced to network marketing. That was like a roller coaster ride. Let's say from year 21 up until my 50s, I was doing network marketing and other types of ventures, right? But what I really had an interest in the whole time, I started doing community activist work. I started doing work in the community. I actually got to sit amongst some of I would call them the best minds of our century. And some of those minds that I actually got to sit around and got to mentor me was the likes of Reverend James Bevel. He actually gave the blueprint to the Million Man March to Minister Farrakhan. Most people don't realize it, but it was the exact same blueprint that he gave Dr. Martin Luther King for the March on Washington. Same exact blueprint. They kind of ran the exact play just that many years later. Another one of the minds that I was blessed to sit around, and y'all can do the research. These are some awesome individuals. The other was Dr. Malachi Z. York. I got to be one of his students and learning about right knowledge, right and exact knowledge. That was something we were taught to. Basically, if somebody tells you something, make sure that it's fact. And when you're giving information, make sure that it's fact. That was another powerful individual that I got to learn and have as a mentor. Somebody else, Minister Farrakhan. Some of my friends, because of Reverend Bevel, we actually introduced Reverend Bevel to Minister Farrakhan, which, again, that was where Minister Farrakhan got the blueprint for the Million Man March. Also, a guy that most people haven't heard of, his name is Lyndon LaRouche. Very powerful guy, economist. This dude was special. So I was blessed to be able to sit with some powerful folks that really taught me about history and science. And when I say history and science, I was taught that if you don't know what happened, you can't know what is. What happened is history, and what is science. So that was what I would learn, and simultaneously while I was traveling around the world as a musician, and that was some of the stuff. I was working in a community, and I met some of these folks. So working with them in the community and playing my music, I was doing both simultaneously up until probably like age 35, 36. That's when I really started hitting the network marketing scene hard. I joined a couple companies, built some huge teams. And that's one of the skill sets that I learned along the way was how to build teams. And most people think that recruiting is the same thing as building a team. It's a big difference. So I learned some recruiting skills, and I also worked at a couple car dealerships. Now, the reason I'm even putting all this together is because these pit stops that I made actually are very detrimental, if that's the right word, or should I say these skills actually allowed me and helped me to become the person that I am today as far as business is concerned. But what happened was I started to not only hone in on these skills, but the multi-level marketing world started to go up and down. I mean, not started to, it was always up and down, hit or miss, hit or miss. The thing that I didn't like, if I was able to make some money, my team wasn't really making money. So I transitioned into more traditional business, some business partners, myself and a few other business partners. We said, you know what, let's do something more traditional where we can help and aid people that are employees, show them how to transition from the employee to the employer, or should I say the boss or CEO. So we started a company called I Am the CEO. And I did some other endeavors along the way. Some were successful, some were not. But, again, still simultaneously, I'm playing music, I'm building teams, and I got married a couple times. Yep, I said a couple times. At first, I didn't have a grasp on how to really do the marriage thing. But now I'm locked and loaded, y'all. I'm locked and loaded. But what happened is right up around the time that COVID hit, I was 52 at the time. So that was 52. Yeah, this year I'm going to be 56. So that was about 4 years ago. And I realized something. I was 52 and realized, you know what? I really have a situation that's kind of embarrassing. I didn't have any Social Security or retirement set up at 52 years old. So I had to make some moves and make some moves really quick. So at that time, my business partners and I, we were getting ready to partner with the fintech bank up in New Jersey. And these guys, they had a really nice situation set up, and we were getting ready to sign an agreement because they knew that we could help them build a team of people across the country and get members to join their bank. So fast forward, it was around January of 2021. And this is going to lead us up to how I became Uncle Joc. So January 2021, I never forget, me and some partners of mine, we went down to Florida. And what I was going to do, it was a multifaceted vacation, if you will. Okay. But one of the facets was I was going to be proposing to my now wife. She didn't know it. So I had got the ring. We got down there. We were at a restaurant and boom, I popped the question. She said, yes, of course. What happened, I told her that I wouldn't take any business calls. I wouldn't do any business while I was down there. And so what happened, my best friend starts to call me, ring my phone. Hey, Joc, hey, man, I got to talk to you. I got something for us. I'm like, bro, I can't take this call right now because I promised that I wouldn't take any business calls while I'm here. He said, all right, man, but I'm telling you, this is it, man. This is it. I was like, all right, I'll get at you in a couple of days. I'll be home in a couple of days. So later on that evening, I get another call. It was him again. So I dipped in the bathroom. Hey, what's up? E? He's like, Joc, man, I really got to talk to you. This is some serious stuff. The more I look into it, the more I'm seeing what's happening. This is what you, me, what we need for our families. I was like, oh, man, I can tell that this is good, but I can't talk to you right now. I had to keep the promise to my then fiance, all right, that just said, yes, she's going to be my wife. And then I promised her that I wouldn't take any calls. So I said, babe, Eric's been calling me. His name is Eric. Some people know him. Coach Eric, the soul motivator. And I said, she was like, nope, don't take the calls. Don't take the call. So he called again. Again, I had to sneak in the bathroom. Come on, man. What's going on? He said, bro, you gotta hear what's going on. I said, look, I tell you what, I'm going to call you as soon as I land back at BWI because we were in Miami at the time. So we get back home. As soon as the wheels touched the ground, I kept my promise. I called him. He introduced me to a situation that is totally life-changing. It's in the financial services industry, aka life insurance industry. And this is a situation where we had no previous experience in this business, but I saw the opportunity. And when I saw that opportunity, I said, man, there's so many things that this situation can satisfy. It can satisfy right now income. It can satisfy steady income. It could satisfy me not having a retirement situation or Social Security situation in place. It could satisfy me being able to retire my wife. All of this, like I was getting while he was talking to me, it took about 20 minutes for us to really land, park, get off the plane. And so by the time I got to BW Parkway, for you guys that may understand how Baltimore, Washington is set up, the airport is set up to where as soon as you leave, it'll dump you. One of the things or one of the expressways it can drop you off on is the BW Parkway. When I got on the BW Parkway, I was like, Eric, I'm done. You don't have to tell me anymore. I'm down. So what that looks like 3.5 years later is I was able, with no experience, to partner with two other guys with no experience, one of them with their wife. I have my wife and another one with his wife. We set up a situation inside of this life insurance business where we totally did everything against the grain, if you will. We looked at the model. The model was great with the company that we're working for. We looked at the industry. The industry had a whole lot of holes, loopholes, flat tires, whatever you want to call it. And we said, you know what? We're going to come in here and we're going to rearrange how business is being done. We have a background in setting up systems and processes and procedures to simplify the complicated. And that's what we did. So 3.5 years later, my wife and I, right now, we have about an $8 million business. It's two facets to the financial services side. There's a insurance side, and then there's a assets, financial services side when you get into annuities and different things like that. So with the annuity side, we've done about $6 million on that side and about $2 million on the insurance side. So I'm saying all that to say I had a few people that joined, and some folks, they would be like, hey, what's up, Unc? What's going on? What's happening? I was like, getting offended. I'm like, damn, that's making me feel all old. But you know what? I started to really embrace that. What's up, Unc? Uncle Joc. Hey, what's going on, Uncle Joc? I was like, you know what? That got a kind of like a nice ring to it. And so in this space, what we're doing is showing people how they can get involved, spare time, part-time, full-time, but you can connect with Uncle Joc, and Uncle Joc is going to show you how you can, in your spare time, make some full-time income. With the power tools that we have, with some of the processes and strategies that we have, we can develop you into a superstar in this industry. We looked in this industry and realized they move slow. I was from a fast-paced, multi-level marketing industry. Okay. In the music world, everything's kind of fast paced. Sales experience, everything. I think I'm a heck of a salesperson. So what we've done, me and a couple of other business partners, and I'm talking business partners coast to coast, from north to south and from east to west, we've developed a strategy, a game plan, again, where we can show you how to come in and win if that's something that you want to do. So Uncle Joc is somebody that's going to present himself as a solution to people's problems. And we're starting with the financial services arena. But Uncle Joc doesn't just stop at financial services. Uncle Joc has expertise in mediation, in conflict resolution. That's with adults, that's with children, teenagers, couples, also with just business strategies, just typical business strategies. So those will be the three areas that Uncle Joc is going to be coming, talking about workshops, talking about some things we can do to make those industries or lanes a little better. So Uncle Joc is your solution to solving your problems. One thing I learned from those minds that I was telling you about is every problem can be solved with the right equation. So I'm going to be bringing some solutions. Like I said, first, I'm going to tackle the financial services space. And some of the things that people have problems with in the financial services space is getting customers, talking to people, building a team, recruiting, closing, what to say. So I'm going to be offering solutions in the financial services space first, proven strategies, just some strategies that it seems like most people in the financial services space or the life insurance space would have been able to figure out a lot quicker, but I'm going to show you how to do it and do it expeditiously. So Uncle Joc is here to help. He's here to show you the how-tos. He's not going to just say, this is what you should do. I'm going to show you how to, and Uncle Joc is going to help develop you. So I'm going to have a few ways that you can connect with me. You can connect with me with some one-on-one coaching. You can get with me on some subscription-based coaching that I have, or you can come join me in business, and that way you get it all. And you have the caveat or the bonus of being able to make money with not the product, but the products and services that we have. So with that being said, again, I just wanted to introduce everybody to Uncle Joc. I'm just an ordinary guy who's showing some people how to find their way. If they find themselves stuck, whether it's as an employee or even as a boss, if it's some things that you may, as a CEO or boss, you may need to figure out. But I have some, like I said, I have some strategies, some tools, some marketing things, some solutions that can help you with your branding, your marketing, showing you how to scale your business and just how to grow. I'll show you how to 10x everything, your life, your business, everything. So with that being said, I hope that gives you a little glimpse, little background, little foresight, insight about who Uncle Joc is. And I would love to connect with you. One of the big things that I do is Courageous Conversations. That is my tag. That is my brand. I have courageous conversations with different people around the country, and we start with the courageous conversations that lead to what problems and concerns could be. And then I show you how to come back around and address those problems and concerns with a solution. So we do that through Uncle Joc's Courageous Conversation. So if you want to have one of those courageous conversations with me, best way you can get in touch with me is 202-802-8600. That is my direct smartphone number. If I do not answer, leave a message or send a text message, because a lot of times I'm on Zooms and appointments and stuff like that. But I'm a tangible person, somebody you can touch. Reach out. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And or you can send me a email at JJVindustries, like John Victor Industries, JJVindustries at gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook at Joc, so it's JACQUES, Joc, JOC, Vaughn, VAUGHAN. I got some other handles and stuff, but those three are pretty much the three that you'll be able to hit me up, or say hit me up on. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it was nice meeting everybody, and I'm sure we will connect again soon. Thanks, and have a great day, everybody.